Hey there, my name is Dina Falconi, herbalist, educator, the author of Foraging and Feasting and Earthly Bodies and Heavenly Hair. Welcome to the kitchen of my home. And it's also by the wood stove. This is where a lot of things happen in the wintertime in the cold weather. But what's happening today and what I'm excited to share with you is my favorite new herb. It's called linden, Tilia cordata, of the Malvaceae family, and this is a beautiful tree, and the medicine that it offers us here, at least what I'm using, is the bracts and the flowers, and I'm going to show you what they look like in a second. I didn't harvest this. This was purchased some time ago, actually for my mom, who decided not to use it. She was not really into drinking it, and I don't know why, but whatever the case is, I ended up with a good stash of it. And this is a bit old, so it's also for you to notice that it's not as fresh as it might be. But I decided, well, I've got this big bag of linden. Let's use it. Let's make some tea. Actually, an infusion. I'm going to show you how I make it. But I just thought, since it was something that I had, I would experiment with it. And I was pleasantly surprised to feel that. So it's used for high blood pressure. That was why I got it from my mama. But in fact, it's also used for calming, for just relaxation, muscle relaxation, and a sense of peacefulness that it brings on. So I'm really pretty excited about linden and Tilia cordata. Again, that is the scientific name. Also, sometimes people are calling it Tilia europaea or europaea. So, but I know it as as Tilia cordata, and this is a tree that grows in Europe, but we do plant it here in the United States. Okay, so before I make the infusion, actually, let's just talk a little bit more about what's amazing about linden. Its medicine offers us help and support during colds and flus. So it helps us move through viral or other infectious issues. So it's a perfect herb to have around when you've got a fever. It'll help you sweat. And again, it's a nervine, so it's a really nice relaxant. And again, it's a hypotensive, so it helps the body to reduce blood pressure. Again, what I love it for is a nighttime tea, a couple of maybe 6 to 8 ounces of it, and I'm going to sip that maybe 20 minutes to a half an hour before I go to bed, and it brings on a really nice peacefulness. Okay, so let's get just close in so you can see what the plant material looks like. Here you're seeing the dried linden blossoms that I'm about to detail for you. You can also notice that they're not as vibrant as they could be. I'm a pretty strong stickler for freshly dried, and in this case, this is not so freshly dried, but it's still amazing, which is interesting. Now let me give you detail on what's inside that bowl so I can give you a sense of the botany here. So this is actually not a leaf. This is a bract. It's like this is one piece and it's just broken, but it's this long piece of a leaf-like structure, and it attaches to this flower stalk, and these are actually the flowers here. So this is bract with flower, which is what we're making our medicine with. So let's take you through the steps of making the linden tea. It's a linden infusion, and it's a medicinal strength. And what I like to do is put a big handful of my herb of choice. Today, this is my handful. I hope you can see it's a nice size right there. And get all that herb in there, and good size handful of linden blossoms are in there. And then this is a mason jar. And to make sure that the glass doesn't crack, I want to put a stainless steel implement, that big spoon like that. So when I pour the water, I'm going to prevent the glass from cracking. And then I have a lid that will go on. You're going to see that, but this is a tight fitting lid. So we want to make sure that all the aromatics are captured as I steep the herb. Now I'm boiling, or I've already boiled, a quart of water. I'm going to grab that. And so you're boiling a quart of water and you're going to pour it slowly. So you want to gently pour in your boiling water. Again, you don't want to crack the glass. To fill your quart there, fill your quart jar. There you go. And now we pull the stainless steel spoon out. Take that baby out. We cap it quickly. and let that sit. Let it steep for at least 30 minutes and up to 4 hours. When you're ready to drink it, you strain off the liquid so you're not obviously ingesting the plant material. And that is how you make a linden blossom infusion. That's the way that I like to make it. There is the possibility of infusing with cold water, but it's not the technique that I'm using, and I'm not going to share that with you right now, but just to put that in your notebook, in your mental notebook. So let's just talk a moment about what's happening here is the aromatic. So linden is an incredibly aromatic herb, and it is releasing into the water as well as its color. So there's this exchange that's occurring inside of this jar. And what is that? It's a highly aromatic and also honey-like flavor. It's a beautiful flavor. So that's just another note for you to know that linden is an incredibly pleasant tasting tea. It's not just nasty tasting medicine in any way whatsoever. It can be drunk as just a nice beverage tea, but it does bring on that really nice relaxation, that nice sense of peace. Okay, one more thing to share is what's happening behind me here at the wood stove. My wood stove has these warming shelves, which I really like to use for different herbal or food preps. And right now I'm steeping calendula infused olive oil in the 2 half-gallon mason jars behind me. So I just wanted to give you a peek. And what I tend to do every day is I shake these jars so that I distribute the herb throughout the oil, and so that agitation and the heat facilitate the extraction of the medicine from the calendula into the olive oil. But it's a tease because this is all for another lesson, but I just thought I'd share that with you quickly. And so may your life be enriched. May linden medicine enter into your life. May it bring you peace. And if you've enjoyed this and you'd like more, check out my online course, Wild Food Health Boosters, at wildfoodhealthboosters.com. See you then.